Taking the principle of least resistance. Xiefeng. August 16, 2005. A watermelon that is picked violently will not be sweet, and a person acting under duress does not perform efficiently. Rowing a boat down a river is better than sailing up against the current, and buying a needle is better than grinding an iron rod into one. Enjoying hardships is better than struggling against them, so rather than forcing yourself to fight, you should just submit and relax. Cleaning the earth is better than terraforming Mars, strengthening a nation is better than building the Great Wall, dredging smoothly is better than preventing forcibly, feeding a dog is better than training a pig to become one, and singing the praises of the living is better than flattering the dead. Use your head to create knowledge rather than to defend dogma. Using local materials makes more sense than importing them from across the ocean, but if none are available, it is better to move to another place. Obey nature and swim with the tide, because everything changes, and do not store rotten apples. When the east is dark, the west will be bright; if it is dark in the south, there will be light in the north. People who were not raised here have obviously been raised over there. Change with the opportunity and take things as they come. Never complain about poverty when you are safe and well fed. Never miss having meat when you have bread. Little birds that prefer to nest in the woods do not need to take to flying lessons from swans. One whose heart is not content is like a snake trying to swallow an elephant. An inflated desire will cause trouble, but a mind without material desire will remain calm. Ambition to fame may cause bitter revile. No diamond, no porcelain work. There is no need to force one to learn to play the piano if they were not born to love its music. It is vain to dream of singing beautifully without being able to carry even a simple tune. Never mind when you are reviled as bullshit; there is no need to be modest when you are praised as an expert or master. The flower blooms today, but protect its leaves or it will wilt tomorrow. It would be awful to miss the blooming season, for it will be lost when winter comes. You are loved and appreciated, that is a God-given opportunity, so why be cold and distant? The time to achieve your dream with God's blessing is when you are regarded as a sage or saint, so take advantage of the opportunity to realize a glorious life. Do not eat meat on the table, but chew the bones under it. Leave the awarded honor but go through hardship. Being a crouching tiger with talent, but without carrying a load or playing a role, one will be a pile of broken bones to their death. Butterflies are pretty sights as they fly freely, but a buried gemstone is no better than the soil. People cannot stay pretty for 1,000 days, and flowers cannot remain beautiful for 100. Although fine cellared wines exude beautiful fragrances, they are of no use until they are consumed. Drink as we have wine today and never plan for the following 1,000 years. Tsunamis and earthquakes might happen at any time, so who knows how long we will enjoy our lives. Value what you have. Anything that is easy to gain is actually a gift from the greatest creator. If there is a faucet in the house, why dig a well miles away? Treasure what is coming to you without rejection, but never waste your life daydreaming. If there are many hardships and troubles in that which you are engaged in, you must have misunderstood life. God punishes infatuated people, and hell serves for flaunting people, so why not lead the easy life? Great events are determined by Tao, not by people who do not even understand themselves. The best life can be led by acting along Tao. Wasting a God-given opportunity is acting against Tao. Gangsters should be ruled by demons, but sages should be led by saints. Whether evil or a sage depends on Tao. Speak words to people, talk ghostly when you meet ghosts, keep silent when you meet monsters, chirp and tweet with birds, howl with wolves, describe your aspirations when meet your soulmate, eat when you hunger, void when you must, but never complain to others if you made yourself starve or withheld waste. Buddha guides people with predestination, and soulmates can be found in Lifechanyuan. It is sad to have layers between hearts. Melons are just melons while apricots must be apricots. Everything depends on the telepathy. If melons want to be apricots, or apricots want to be melons, the program will be out of order and the goals cannot be realized. Taking the principle of the least resistance, life will be smooth. Tao, virtue, law, benevolence, righteousness, rituals, wisdom, credibility, magical art. Xiefeng. Observing human history, it always seems like a tangled mess. Looking at the current state of humanity, it appears as a complete mess. Where do the problems lie? Can we organize this tangled mess and find some order? The universe operates in order, seasons change in a timely manner. Does human society have to remain forever like history, forever like the current state? Must humanity forever repeat its mistakes? Let me first provide definitions for Tao, virtue, law, benevolence, righteousness, rights, wisdom, trust, and art, and then examine the causes behind human history and its current state. Tao, it's the spirit of the greatest creator, to put it simply, the consciousness of the greatest creator. Tao is non-material, belonging to the negative aspect of the universe. It's the force governing the evolution and changes of the universe, representing laws, principles, vitality, and the blood of the universe. Virtue, it's the quality of gods and Buddhas, celestial beings, the thinking quality that strictly conforms to the essence of Tao while aligning with the flow of Tao. Law, it's a way for gods, spirits, Buddhas, and demons to utilize Tao and manifest their respective abilities. Benevolence, it's the internal standard used by sages in human society to restrain themselves and all people to uphold the inner quality of virtue. Righteousness, it's a behavior of noble people and gentlemen. Rituals, it's a method used by rulers to maintain their rule. Wisdom, it's the cleverness and ingenuity acquired by the common people for survival. Trust, it is a mutually binding covenant devised and created to maintain the orderly life of humanity. Magical art, it's a trick played by lower-class individuals in society to highlight themselves through abnormal channels. By analyzing human history and current state from these definitions, when humanity prioritizes Tao, all aspects of human society can operate in order, presenting a state of national peace, favorable weather, natural harmony, and genuine modesty and accommodation. When humanity forsakes Tao but prioritizes virtue, the trend of seeking gods and Buddhas starts to prevail. Waves of religious movements emerge, the mindset of seeking divine blessings becomes increasingly prominent, and religions begin to dominate various social domains. People refrain from arrogance and recklessness, thus maintaining effective societal functioning while preserving harmony between humans and nature. When humanity abandons both Tao and virtue in favor of law, the situation of warlords rising gradually emerges. Inevitable wars and plundering escalate, intensifying the destruction of nature. Humanity plunges into a phase of frenzied development. When humanity esteems benevolence, with Tao and virtue in decline, law can receive appropriate restraints. However, cunning and sophistry begin to prevail. Various doctrines, thoughts, and ideologies proliferate, and humanity gradually loses spirituality, relying more on rationality for survival. When righteousness becomes a trend, numerous political parties, social groups, and civilian factions emerge, intensifying the competition for self-centered interests. Human society becomes restless and unstable. When rituals dominate society, the essence of human nature begins to degrade, and beastly behavior finds its way. Everyone strives vigorously to climb upward, leading to prevalent acts of oppression, slander, false accusations, mutual deception, opportunism, and a surge of deceitful practices. These phenomena proliferate like mushrooms after the rain. When wisdom is promoted as human cleverness, people become excessively shrewd, constantly striving for personal gain, seizing every inch of merit, their hearts and words at odds, lies pervading streets and alleys, faith completely lost, their small minds exceedingly bright while their larger minds are exceedingly foolish. They appear human but resemble ghosts, making it difficult to distinguish between the two, making it hard to differentiate between humans and demons. When credibility is recognized by the masses as the best tool to restrain humanity, constitutions, laws, regulations, and systems multiply, becoming increasingly intricate. Coupled with religious doctrines and ritual constraints, human nature is almost entirely lost. Everyone becomes a cog in society's machinery, struggling and fighting, yet finding it challenging to realize their noble ideals. When magical art takes center stage in society, superstition prevails, the distinction between humans and ghosts becomes blurred. Falsehoods, ugliness, and evil replace truths, beauty, and goodness. People become akin to those under a spell, chaotic, disordered, rendering it almost impossible to find a remedy for humanity. Isn't this the cause of human history and its current state?